Alright, so I'm scrolling through YouTube, looking at some of the top fitness influencers, and they're talking about gaining abs and what to do every single day. Abs in 3 weeks? What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Thanks again for tuning in to another video. Is it realistic to gain abs in 3 weeks or less? Make sure you guys stay tuned to the very end so you don't miss out on anything. I'm going to be revealing all of the details coming up right here, right now. What's going on, guys? So I just wanted to run you guys through my leg workout right quick. So this workout was extremely tough. I've been going through a improvement phase right now. My coach Sam Okinola, if you don't know who he is, check out his YouTube channel. He's got plenty of great content. He's also on Instagram at the same handle, at Sam Okinola. So he's programming this for me right now, and as you guys see, I'm going through my progressions of Bulgarian split squats. Honestly, I really actually hate Bulgarian split squats. They are just like torture, but they serve a good purpose. So I know that in the long run, you know, my legs are going to ultimately grow, and it's going to help with trying to compete in the upcoming year. 2021 is my goal. Hopefully can get that pro card, snag that pro card in the WNBF, and have a chance of going to Worlds. That is the goal. So yeah, my wife and I, we competed all last year, and again, I'm planning on competing this upcoming year. She's taking a break from competing, and so I'm just pretty excited. So as you guys can see, I jumped into some of the heavy weights right here, moving at 65 pounds. If you take a look, I'm specifically letting my knee track over top of my toe when I do these Bulgarian split squats for the purpose of targeting my quads a little bit more. If I had my knee a little bit further back, like over top of my ankle, I'd be hitting more glute-focused Bulgarian split squats. But again, I'm really trying to build my quads right now. Overall, just in an improvement phase. If I had to pinpoint the exact movements that pinpoint the exact muscle groups that I need to build for bodybuilding purposes, my chest, specifically my upper chest, definitely needs some improvement. So Sam and I have been running a program that is driven to help do that, as well as my shoulders also need a little bit of improvement. And you can't neglect the legs, cannot neglect the legs. Even though they're super tough and super hard, you got to build them. They create that X frame that, you know, everybody wants. And even if you aren't into bodybuilding, I mean, just having nice legs helps you look overall athletic and aesthetic, even in clothes. And I'm going to, you know, do some upcoming content where I go over all the best tips and tricks to look better in the clothes that you already wear, just because I feel like that's something that is always underlooked. And all the guys I know, you know, really enjoyed doing that. I mean, we all work out for reasons personal, but, you know, it's also nice to look good in the clothes that you wear. So, yeah, definitely a tough workout, but got it done. And, it was not an easy one. And if you want to try the same progression that I did, I was doing 4 sets of 7 to 12 reps with about an RPE of 9 or RIR of 1. So basically I went 1 rep shy of failure for each and every single set. It was absolutely brutal. Thank you guys, and yeah, as you can see, I'm super tired. And all right, so just wrapped up that leg training. It was pretty tough, to be honest. My legs are incredibly dead. My coach Sam is absolutely demolishing my legs right now. We're just gonna head into the local grocery store, Giant Eagle, and pick up a few things for dinner, and we'll get right into it. So the secret to abs, one of these. It's not the secret to abs. Most people think stuff like that. I can't tell you how many people think like keto diets, low carb diets, carnivore diets are the #1 secrets to gaining abs, but it's really just all about energy balance. And basically what that means is checking how many calories you put in and how many calories you put out, knowing the difference, and then it's just about your muscularity from there. Why can't I really been addicted to you? All of my attention I've been giving to you. So guys, before I hop into going over more of the details about whether or not it's realistic to be able to gain abs in that 3-week time frame, I wanted to show you guys what I was having for dinner so that if you want, you can try mimicking this recipe at some point. So this was about 4 ounces of reduced fat tortilla chips. First time I ever had them. I found them in the chip section, and they had about half the fat of a normal tortilla chip, so about 3 grams of fat per serving, whereas a normal tortilla chip has about 7. And then this is 99% lean ground turkey that I've been putting over top of it. I put about 9 ounces on it because I had a lot of protein to get in, and I didn't have much fat left, but I really wanted these nachos. So as you can see, I'm also loading it with 2 fat-free cheeses. That's fat-free cheddar and then fat-free mozzarella. Again, I did about a serving of each, actually 2 servings of each. And then I had about a serving of queso, and then a few servings, about 100 or 200 milliliters of both salsas. But this was absolutely phenomenal. So give this a try if you are looking for a low-calorie nacho dish. Alright guys, so like we talked about, the topic of this video, does it take that short a time to actually develop abs, or can you actually develop abs in that short of a time frame? Well, the truth be told, probably not. 3 weeks is way too short of a time frame to give yourself to be able to see your ab development for the general public. Now, there are certain individuals that might be able to see their ab definition from just a little bit of dieting in that short of a time frame. But for the majority of us, we all hold fat in different areas of our body. So if you currently don't notice your abs being very visible, then you might have too much fat in that area, and it might, just be harder for you to actually be able to see your abs. The reason it might be harder for you is because we all lose fat in different ways. Personally, when I go through a dieting phase, I tend to lose body fat in my upper body, like around my shoulders, around my chest, prior to me losing fat in my lower body. So when I did my last contest prep, or bodybuilding show, for those who don't know, throughout the season, I actually had to diet pretty hard towards the very end of it, just because I needed my legs to be really visible, but my abs and my upper body were very visible from weeks out. I would say about 10 weeks prior to my first show, my abs were extremely visible and I looked very, very lean overall. If you notice that when you go through a dieting phase, or if you've never actually been through a dieting phase, first off, you want to make sure that you try to do that in order to be able to see your ab definition. But depending on the person, again, it's just going to take a decent amount of time. So a lot of individuals actually lose fat in different areas depending on the person. So I have a friend who is pretty shredded in his legs all year long. I mean, he's got striated glutes, and if you know anything about having striated glutes, it's extremely hard to have for most individuals. But just because he doesn't carry fat in his legs, he does carry fat more so in his midsection. Depending on the person is going to depend on where your fat actually distributes. So as far as gaining ab definition in just a 3-week time frame, to summarize, it's probably not so possible. It's going to take more time. And again, if you've seen my last video, I've mentioned this as well. Anything worth having definitely takes some time, so don't rush the process. If you want to have ab definition and you want it to last, so thinking about going into 2021 and wanting to lose a little bit more fat, to have that type of ab definition, if it takes a little bit longer, that's okay, because it's going to last longer. Just think about that. If it takes you longer, it will ultimately last longer, rather than if it's something really quick, it's going to go out really quick. The reason being, and the reason I say that is, if it's super easy for you to actually gain that type of ab definition right away, the moment you start reverse dieting or eating more food than maybe you were used to post-diet time frame, the areas where you lose fat the slowest are going to be the same areas that you're going to gain fat back the fastest. If you think about it, if you lose fat everywhere else on your body, and in your abdominals is the last place that you lose fat, when you gain that fat back, your body still works the same exact way, and it's just going to move in reverse. So you're going to gain fat back in your abdominal region first, and then everywhere else. So just take your time, be patient with yourself. And then the next thing I would say is to make sure that your training is on point. If you're not training your abdominals, if you're not using weighted exercises, if you're only doing calisthenics, it's going to limit you to just a certain point. If you're not even doing calisthenics, if you're not even working out, you need to make sure that you're doing so. Can spot increase, but you can't necessarily spot reduce. So if you want to increase your muscle mass in one region, yes, you can train properly and increase that muscle mass. But if you want to actually spot reduce in that region, unfortunately, our bodies just don't work that way, and if they did, that'd be absolutely amazing, because we save a lot of people a lot of time. Hopefully that answers the question about whether or not you can gain abs realistically in a 3-week time frame. One other thing I wanted to mention, I got some more Pescience right here. This was actually what I took prior to my workout. I think I mentioned it in my last video. This is the Pescience High Volume. This is a pump product. So basically, if you take this prior to a workout, you'll notice that you'll have an even greater pump while you're working out. I take it almost every single day, pretty religiously. Well, every single time I work out, I make sure I take it. I noticed that it not only gives me a greater pump, but I just feel more energized while I'm in the gym, and it just gives me that extra little bit of an edge to help with bettering my workout. So definitely check out Pescience's high volume if you've not tried it before. It's really great. Yeah, be sure that you read the label to make sure that you're taking the right amount for your body weight. Definitely make sure that it's safe for you to take a pump product first and foremost, but yeah, it's really a great product. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on another video just like this one. And also make sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on when I drop a video. Sometimes with the algorithm, you might miss out on it. So thank you guys again for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
I cannot really been addicted to you. All of my attention I've been giving to you. Caught up in my feelings, I got feelings for you.